Now, the focus is on the individual's role in combating burnout. So, till now, we were talking about the organization's role, the causes, and the consequences. But at the end, it's the individual who is experiencing the burnout. So, he or she should strategize their work, the commitment they have for the burnout preventions and to manage that. So, very first step that the individual can do is work with purpose. So, do you feel that your career, for instance, in a sales company has a sales employee, has a deeper purpose or other than just earning a paycheck? So, discovering or rediscovering a purpose can go a long way towards helping you avoid burnout and keeping stress at bay. So, look at the deeper impact of what you can do every day. So, how could you add more meaning to what you do? So, finding purpose in the work is essential for personal fulfillment and professional satisfaction. So, when it comes to a sense of purpose, it can lead to increased commitment, passion, and excitement about the role. So some steps or the some tips that helps to discover the purpose is reflecting on own values, that is considering what truly matters to you, the core values, interests, and what exactly motivates you. So understanding the values will guide you towards the work that align with your beliefs. And other ways could include connecting to the meaningful task, that is identifying those tasks or projects that resonate with you, and also understanding its impacts, how your work impacts others, the organization, or the industry. Because recognizing the value you bring and how your efforts contribute to a great purpose. Also, building a good positive relationships and crafting your work, like taking the ownership of your task, that would help to improve processes, innovate, or create a positive change. And also at the end, to seek learning opportunities, that is continuously learning and growing, that can add a depth and purpose to the work. Second, analyzing your job. So when you experience work overload day in and day out, you can start to feel as if you are on a never ending treadmill and that you will never catch up. That is demoralizing stress. So that is eventually stressful and often leads to burnout. So, if you feel that your boss is assigning more work than you handle and simply has unreasonable expectations, schedule a private meeting to address the situation that it's unable to you to cope the work. So, let him or her know that your excessive workload can lead to burnout. Also, come with prepared options that could be considered for shifting certain tasks or projects to someone else. Like, for example, if the other team has completed the task or the other team has not been working on the task, so shifting the task to the other team would definitely help. So, also through analyzing, one should also get to know that he or she should clear the boundaries, like the set clear boundaries, like the establishing clear work hours and sticking to them. So, like avoiding checking work emails or messages during off hours, like communicating your boundaries to colleagues and supervisors also will be very helpful. And the most important is to learn to say no. Politely declining additional tasks or commitments when you are already stretched thin, that would be very helpful when you are analyzing your job. Next, taking more control. So, one can eventually avoid or overcome burnout by finding ways to create more autonomy in your role. For instance, talking to your boss to see if he or she is willing to let you have more control over your tasks, projects, or deadlines. So, for example, if there are some other prior commitments like the events or the tasks, so you can ask your boss that may the deadline and the task can be controlled by him or her so that you can work accordingly. Next, the social support. So, reaching out to coworkers and friends can significantly provide emotional comfort during challenging times. That is the practical assistance, such as sharing responsibilities or helping with tasks, which eventually lightens the burden. And this can be done by joining clubs or classes. So one should consider them or volunteer positions where one can meet others who share similar interests. So at the end, even a handful of supportive connections can make a significant difference. Also, next, seeking out professional help. So sometimes reaching out to family, friends may not be possible. Like if a employee stays away from the home in another city for work. So when to actually seek out the professional help? When there is changes in work setting, but that does not have any impact. And even the self-care plan that you have developed is no longer working. So, and even the significant impairments in functioning should be a sign to seek out the professional help. So, a therapist can assist in determining the sources of stress, creating a plan to deal with them, suggesting suitable solutions, or making recommendations to other experts. Also, one should look after the counseling options that certain workplaces offer, like the company EAP. So, community based mental health provider would definitely help here. So, it is a crucial step in managing burnout for an individual because the employee assistance programs that some organizations or the workplace provide, they do provide confidential counseling services to employees. So, seeking support from professionally experienced professional. So, one should not hesitate to seek out help. Next, exercise. Exercising regularly. So, the exercise can help to reduce the stress and create a sense of well being. So, one will also experience that there is an increased energy and productivity when one exercises regularly. And also, the regular exercise will help you to get a good sleep. So, if you're feeling burned out, do consider some low intensity exercises. So, like the yoga, which can help manage stress and promote relaxation. So, instead of just taxing your body with long, intense workouts, do set some small goals. So, so do mix up your routines because variety is a key. So, incorporate new exercises in between or the activities to keep things interesting. Also, change the time of a day or a workout location to do add freshness, or you can also invite your friends or the other co-workers to join in the exercises. And the most important is to listen to your body. Rest when needed. Overtraining can eventually lead to burnout. So prioritize sleep, proper nutrition and hydration. And at the end, just avoid pushing yourself too much and also celebrate short victories. So explore different forms of exercise like swimming, cycling, dancing, as the cross training prevents monotony and reduces burnout risk. Next, practice mindfulness. So, mindfulness do help the individual. So, how one can do that? So, start with a morning routine, like exclude the work related tasks from your just morning routine and set up positive intention for the day, like a short meditation breaks, and do incorporate movement into your day, like practice short walks, stretch, do listen to your body, pay attention to physical sensations and emotions. Also, do set limit on a screen time that would use away messages to signal your availability, and do practice kindness and empathy towards colleagues. So, one way is focusing on your breath. So, spend a few minutes every day concentrating on your breathing. Inhale gradually via your nose, hold it for a little while, and then release the breath through your mouth. Second, the body scan. Lie down comfortably with your legs straight and arms by your sides. Close your eyes and mentally scan your body from head to toe. This will definitely help an individual in combating the burnout. The third way can be a mindful walking. So while walking, pay attention to each step. Like even the each step, also the surroundings. Like if you're walking in a park, do look out for the maybe some kids playing around, the sounds you're hearing, the animals, birds. So feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice your breath and observe your surroundings. And the other way, non-judgmental awareness. Practice observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, because when stressful thoughts arise, acknowledge them without getting entangled. These were some of the ways, and other ways do include a seated meditation, like find a quiet space, like sit comfortably and focus on your breath. And also, mindful eating is one of them, like savor each bite of your meal, pay attention to taste, texture, and experience of eating. And these mindfulness also have this single tasking, that is, engage in one activity at a time. Just avoid multitasking and immerse yourself fully in the task at the end. So do observe your thoughts, notice it without getting entangled, and just imagine thoughts as passing clouds. Observe them and let them go. That is, live in the moment. So bring your attention to the present. Appreciate the sights, the sounds, and the sensations around you. That will eventually lead to accepting yourself. That is, practice self compassion. Accept your feelings and experiences without judgment. The last one, the self care. That is the ABCs. Self care, it is the practice of taking an active role in protecting one's own well being and happiness, in particular during periods of stress. So, self care is only taking responsibility for job functions that you have control over. That is the ability to maintain a positive attitude towards the work despite challenges. So, the ABCs, that is A, awareness. The step, the first step in self-care is much like a first step that a physician or a clinician takes in diagnosing. That is, it involves a checkup of your own body and mind, because you are the only person who can take this first step, because everyone's evaluation of stress and personal functioning is different. So this step requires you to slow down enough, focus inwardly enough to determine how you're feeling, what your stress level is, what types of thoughts are going through your head, and whether your behaviors or actions are consistent with the who you want to be. So just recognizing this stress, so just list down the ways you experience stress in corresponding categories, circle the ways the stress affects you the most troubling, and then of each item you struggled, do let you know that how many days per week do you experience that. This would be definitely increasing the awareness. The second step is to seek balance among a number of different types of activities. These include work, personal and family life, rest, and even the leisure time. You will be more productive when you had opportunities to rest and relax. What helps you relax may be very different from what relaxes your family members and colleagues. So it's important that the ways you relax aren't damaging to your health and well-being. That is the survival coping strategies or to the relationships that are important to you. So becoming aware of when you're losing balance in your life gives an opportunity to change. So here the activity is the self-care assessment. And next, the third is the commitment. That is, create it. Questions to ask yourself: what makes me feel most at peace? What brings me joy? Or what brings me a sense of purpose? So just list them, journal, art, anything that you like, and do follow that. And even just following is a big step in a self-care. What just enjoys you, make you enjoy of that. So these were the ABCs. And apart from this, One can also maintain a stress diary to document what routinely causes you stress, practice deep breathing, meditation. So, also at the end, practicing positive thinking can also help you get through these stressful times. So, as an individual, one should definitely consider their signs or the indicators of burnout and take actions. And if not able to, just seek help. One should consider their families and friends, reach out to them, and if not possible, reaching the professional help would be a very important role.